Yo, yo, yo. We are live. Oh, ask any questions in the comments. Let me triple check. We're
Ask any questions.
we're all good in this. We're all good with the sound. Right. Before we start, I just want to shout out Bitpanda, who I've been working with so far in 2026, doing my DCAs with them, buying crypto with them, and sending it to my DeFi wallets to then use in liquidity pools. I want to focus on a few things tonight, so let me just get everything up. What you're looking at here is the amazing savings accounts that we have in the UK. Absolutely amazing. And you can see the rates that you get in the UK, which are, let's be honest, awful, right? 4% on your money. And a lot of them have, caveats to it. Max that you can put in a month, max deposits, etc. Some are quite big for deposits, to be fair. But you're getting 4%, that's it. That's all you're getting. And some people will look at the farms or the liquidity pools that we talk about and say, that's a scam. And they won't actually try them themselves. They'll just say it's a scam without actually looking into it, which I always find is pretty weird, because when I see something on the internet and I want to find out if it is a scam or not, guess what I do? I try it out to see if it is. And that's what I say with everything. Just try the pools. And if you're unsure of how to do things, one thing that will get you started is the free DeFi playbook that I have. Link in the description. All I need to do is click the link, and that's it. Put your email in, be sent to you free. Easy as that. And if you want further help, you can join the group, obviously. You can book a call with the team. And this is one of the guys recently. He posted this Monday. Pool's going strong. In fact, let me see if I can zoom in. One sec. Here we go. DeFi going strong. Pool's going strong after compounding roughly 1 week ago. And I sent an email about this the other day. Total deposits, 14K. He earned $400 in a week. Weekly rewards, 437. And some people will say it's a scam without even trying it. APIs 161. And you can see the post here. And this is a comment that I commented back on that I really love. This here. DeFi has got me excited about crypto again. And that's what we want. That's how I feel when, I've showed this before. You look at this pool, $25 a day. This is earning. And it's about $180 a week. In this particular one, $777 a month we're on at the moment. And of course, the rates will fluctuate, sometimes high, sometimes lower. Went out of range slightly once, but that was it. We're all good at the moment. But the reason I started with this particular information here is how awful it is in the UK to actually grow your money. Because you can never have two things in the UK. You can never have. So, for example, if you've got a mortgage, if your mortgage was to go down to 1%, then the savings rate would go down to 1%. The mortgage rate goes up to 10%, your savings go up to 10%, but you're getting screwed one way or the other. And that's the way it is, unfortunately. And if you look at the rate of inflation, this is questionable as well, let me just say. But if you look back in 2022, 11% inflation. So you need to make 11% on your savings or you're losing money. And that is the harsh reality that we're at the moment with crypto. With the UK at the moment. The harsh reality. Now, the title of this video is "It's boring, but it'll make you rich." So what I wanted to talk about specifically was what everyone does in crypto, but how you can use the boring things to help you, right? So when people join crypto, where do they join from? What have they tried before? Usually you're a certain type of person. And I've mentioned before about, let me get the guy up. This guy. This guy here. The NPC that doesn't want to talk about how to grow his money. All he cares about is his barbecue and the game, which is fine. If you want to grow your money like me, then this isn't the guy. So to go back, you have to be a person, in my opinion, who's not like this guy. And you're always seeking somewhere to make money. So you may have come into crypto through FX trading, could be betting. Usually I find that, crypto people tend to be quite gamblers. It could be FX, could be betting. It could be stocks. Whatever it is. You could have an eBay shop. Could be e-com. But whatever it is, in terms of how you've come into crypto, it's usually through something else. Or you could be pissed off at getting 4%. So you come into crypto through one of those means. And of course, the first thing you want to do usually is buy BTC because you've read about it. You've seen the price keep going up over the years. Everyone remembers the first price that they saw BTC at. I do. It was $300. And I thought you had to buy one of them. I had $150 in my account. Might have been pounds, actually. It was £300. Same principle. Right? So people buy BTC. But then they get on this kind of flywheel of doom. And you think the NPCs on the flywheel of doom, people in crypto are on this flywheel. So it's buy BTC, then you sell BTC, and you buy ETH. Yeah? This is what everyone does. And we're even going to name this thing. Let's just get rid of that. Right, so this is the flywheel of doom. You buy BTC, but then guess what? You want to buy ETH because ETH goes up faster than BTC. That's what you want to do. See it a million times. But then guess what? After ETH, you're thinking, well, actually, I found this other coin that goes up faster than ETH. You know, I've seen it go up faster on the charts. So you buy something lower cap. So let's say you buy, I don't know. I'm just paraphrasing here. Chainlink. Right? So you've started with, let's be honest, the OG, the king of crypto, Bitcoin. But then you want ETH because it gets bigger returns, because you've seen it on a chart go higher. So, right, I don't want BTC. Right, I don't want ETH. Right, I want Link. And then slowly but surely, guess what you're doing? You go in down the flywheel of doom. You sell Link, and then guess what it is? You're in the meme coin hype now. Because guess what? Meme coins go up 1,000,000%. You've seen it. You've seen the guy on X that bought $500 worth of a meme coin and it's made him 100K. We've all seen the posts. But then guess what? After that, because you've lost money, you sell. But guess what happens in each of these stages? This is the typical crypto holder. And believe me, this is me. I've done this before. I'm going to make this red as well, just to emphasize the situation. Can we get a horror style thing? Doesn't really look good, that. So this is what happens every time. So you buy BTC, you sell it, lose money, buy ETH. Buy ETH, but then you sell it and you lose money. And you buy a Link, you lose money. You sell it, you lose money, you buy a meme coin. And because you've lost money, then you buy back BTC. So you round trip your entire bags because you think that the way to make it in crypto is to buy the coin that's going to give the biggest ROI. And of course, the biggest ROI everyone always thinks of is the shit coin, the meme coin, the 100x, the 50x. We've all seen it before. Yeah. Now, this is probably the exact same logic that people in DeFi think. So people will have this exact same logic in DeFi. So what they'll do, they load up this and they go on pools and they go on farms. And guess what they do? They find a farm or a pool that is BTC or ETH that gets an APR and APY, gives them a return to a certain percentage, and then they just do the same thing. Flywheel of Doom comes back, but they're basically doing it in pools now. So the crypto holder that was on the Flywheel of Doom normally and has lost money each time, then starts the process again once they join DeFi. And this is what I've seen a lot of the comments from people who say they've lost money in liquidity pools, or they make fun of the videos or whatever because of the high APY, high APR, and they say that this is going to lose money, this isn't sustainable, this isn't going to make any money, right? Because they've probably round tripped here. So many people have done this over and over again. I've been there. But then people will watch a video I do and they've round tripped, don't know how many times. They may be back here at BTC and ETH. So they've gone around once into this flywheel. And then they think, right, what is Matt talking about on here? Let me go on VFAT. Let me check out some yields. Let me check out some pools. Let me see what ROI that I can get on my crypto. And you know what they'll do? Start in BTC and ETH, then they'll go down the exact same path they did before. Chainlink, whatever coin it is. And then before you know it, they're trying to earn 2,000% on a shit coin. And then they lose all the money. And it's the same thing every time. which is crazy. But I'm here today to show you that with BTC and ETH, there are pools and farms available on various chains that you can earn an ROI back that is quite reasonable. That is not ridiculous, right? So we're going to look together, look through them, and obviously you can have a look yourself. I'm just showing you what's available out there. And again, like I've said, if you don't know how to enter all these, if you don't know what to do, this, and you can also book a call with the team if you want to join us and join the community. Got quite a lot of decent things coming up this year in that anyway. But to the point. Right, so we'll start with BTC then. We'll start with farms. So what's the difference between a farm and a pool? Basically, with a farm, you earn some of the token that that particular farm is on as well. So you earn a third token. So in a pool, you've got USDC and ETH. Yeah, that's what you earn back. In a farm, like this one, on Pancake Swap, you'll earn USDT and BTC and Pancake Swap token, cake. So if we put in BTC, you can switch everything by total value locked to absolutely nothing, which is pointless in my opinion. Or you can look at what's paying the most rewards. What you've got to be aware of with any farm or any pool is that the more total value locked, the more people that will be in the pool, the more that the rewards from that pool are shared out between people, right? And vice versa with the small total value locked, right? But obviously, if you're in a pool like this, you could just be left holding your bags because there's hardly any liquidity, right? There's millions locked in here, right? Absolute millions. I think it actually has some stats on here. Here we go. 8,900 tokens, 33 chains. That's how much liquidity is in for each of them. Wrapped ETH, $350 million. Insane. And you can search the assets as well. So, you know, whatever shitcoin you want. But we're trying to focus on the big two here, the gold and silver, the boring coins. That's what the title's about. Boring coins. But if you find the right pool, you set decent ranges, you can maintain it, all good. So back to it. Right, farms. We're putting BTC. So again, you can get the sweet spot between the total value locked and the total weekly rewards. So for example, you don't have to be a genius to work out that this one's pretty shit. 4 million locked. It's a BTC pool. $918 rewards. Pointless. But it's just a case of going through and checking. So we'll go through the first one. This is a USDT BTC pool. Farm on Pancake Swap. You get Pancake Swap token back as well, as shown here. And this is 28% width, 96% APR. So the width is 28, and you can set it to the price in USDT. So this is the high of BTC is 79K. The low is 59K. So the other thing that you can do to be like, well, what price is it going to go up between? And again, this is why we have calls in the group. You can get up a chart like this, you can have a look, and you can be like, right, it wicked down there, but realistically, it was 62K for 2 days, and now we're back up to 70. And it's not really been, you know, you have to go back to October 24, when it was below that. That doesn't mean that it won't go below that. But again, you have to base your decision on, previous price history. There's some metrics used in the group, but on the basis of it, you can have a look. Then you can go back to this and think, right, 28%. I personally like a larger range, just a bit more security. And you can work out 96% APR there, what you'll get monthly, whatever. It is, if I'm honest with you, easier to understand and see if you're using a tool like Orca, but Orca is a Solana-based platform. But you can see a bit easier when you're going on this, what you would get back in ROI from whatever you put in. So if you add I don't know why it's not auto swapping. Yeah, so if you add, in this example, 200 Solana, 100 Sol, split the rest with USDC, you can see from this pool with this range, ignore the range, you get 12 grand a month, but obviously you can have a bigger range than that. Let's not be silly. 10% range. 2,700 a month of 17k. Then you can see what you get a year, but obviously it's compounded, etc. So it is harder to work out with VFAT, but this is why we say multiple times, if you're looking to set up a range, do it with a very low amount. So if you ever think, is this a scam? Is this fake? Going back to one of the guys in the group, I had comments of people saying like, oh, this is fake. This isn't real. All this is fake Photoshop. It's like, yeah, okay. All right, this is a real guy. Just try it yourself. You go to the pool. You set the range that you want and test it out. $50 and work out how much you've made in a set period, i.e. 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, 4 week. And then you can see over the month, Matt actually was right. He wasn't bullshitting. This pool actually works. Or this farm. So we've got this USDC BTC. You can pair up a BTC with USDT, so a stable coin, or you can do BTC to ETH, for example. So there is a ETH BTC pool here, 80%. But you do get some juicy ones that are about, so it's not just low. You just have to double check the width. So that's 12%, 21%, that's better. What's this 500% one here? So there we go. So this is an interesting one. So this has got 1.9 million locked, 500% APR, and so there you go. 6.41% a week, so about 24%, 25% a month. You're going to get ROI with 35. I'd probably make that slightly larger, but you covered from I can't see what that says there. Up to 82k, and whatever this lower limit is, I can't see it because it's cut off the screen. But you can, of course, increase or decrease that if you wish. Enter the pool, jobs are good. And in this particular one, you earn this token, CAT, but also obviously you also earn BTC and USDC. So do you think starting a liquidity pool with small emitters with it, for example, 1K? I should. Nah, I wouldn't start one personally. I wouldn't start one. You could, of course, chuck $100 in one of these really low TVL ones with ridiculous APR. If that's what you want to do and just test it. I know guys that have done that and they've earned ridiculous rewards, But again, it's luck of the draw sometimes in terms of the rewards and in terms of, you know, what happens. Now, another thing I wanted to cover, and I did touch on this in the last video, is the ranges. Everyone is scared of going out of range, right? Everyone's scared of impermanent loss. And I get it. I'm going to get up a little chart for you guys. Here we are. So this is in the group. This is just one of the modules, but it's talking about impermanent loss. So if you just held your crypto, this is the orange line here, right? This blue line is the position value. Okay? So if it goes to the downside or it goes to the upside, usually on the downside, the pool itself will be at a higher value than the upside because it sells into a stable coin. When it goes down, it sells into the relative asset, such as Ethereum or BTC or whatever. However, the idea is if you're just in the pool and holding on to it, then the price rises and it will just, you know, fluctuate along this. But obviously you're generating fees. So you're making more than just this going up and down. And there are various strategies that we use in terms of impermanent loss. And obviously the idea is to stay in a pool as long as possible, to be honest. Because you don't want to keep taking it out, putting it back in, taking it out, putting it back in non-stop. Not an issue, of course. So what people will do is, and I've used this example before, let's just go off the BTC one that I've shown there. So if we look at this, right, let's just say you went all in on this pool, right? So we found a pool earning this with 35% width. I can't see what this bottom is here. 82%, I presume it's 57. Let's just say it's 57. So let's just do for easiness on our example, 81. Let's just do 80 and 50. So if you've got BTC and you've got a range of 80K to 50K. Crypto Genius wants to just farm a pool. Said this before. With a pool, you just earn from the tokens that are in it. So, i.e., if you're in a BTC USDC pool, you earn them 2 assets. That's it. If you're in a farm, you would earn whatever the farm is based on. So, for example, if we go over to, sorry, this, I need to get this off full screen. So, for example, this one here, this is what you would earn as well. So you would earn, I'm not 100% sure on this, if you'd earn Sushi Swap or you would earn this Katana token. But you'd earn BTC and USDC. And you could sell this coin if you don't like it, that you earn in the farm as well. Right. So let's say that's your range. You enter this at a 50-50 split. Yeah? So if you enter this BTC, USDT, it don't really matter what it is. but let's just say it's this, right? You're entering 50% BTC, 50% USDT into this pool. And obviously your price is going to, in that time, fluctuate wherever. However, people always worry when it does this. So now you're out of range. Yeah? Drops under that 50, you're out of range, and you're only printing fees in between this. Yeah? So it was 500%, and I think was it 24% a month you're earning of what's in there. And when it goes to the downside, it will sell to BTC. And then upside, it will DCA back out to USDT. So people fear this when it goes under, because it's basically DCA'd back out. But you'll actually be holding more than you initially held, because you would have had some USDT. But anyway, if we just get rid of that for the second, I don't want to overcomplicate things. Right. So anyway, we've gone out of range. So we had 80K to a 50K range. We've gone out. Now, what you could do is set up an adjacent pool here that's 50K to, let's say 40K. Yeah? Tighter range, but it's lower. So it's going to pick up when it's here, right? So you're earning that. And then the idea is it earns fees in here. When it goes back up, you can either close this pool if you've earned enough fees to cover it, or you can just leave it open in case it comes back down. But it depends how tight you play these ranges, to be honest. Because if you play a tighter range here, you're going to be earning a hell of a lot more APR. And then the fees that you earn could probably cover you going back up. Or, and you could keep doing that on the way down, to be honest with you, if you wanted. Or you set a tight range. Sorry, not a tight range. So that's 50. Oh. You could set up a new range here, and then it's like that. So it's 40 there. And then it's capturing it at the bottom as it goes back up. But it's actually, if you think about it, now you've got it, it's actually still in range. All you've done is catch the bottom with this new pool with a wider range. So you've got two pools running at once, right? Both earning fees at once. So you've got the fees from this pool and the fees from this pool because it's a wider range. But also you're not missing out on fees because you caught this little bottom bit here with the second pool that you've set up. So you could stack it again if it goes lower to like 30K. And obviously as it comes back up, as it goes back down, if you think there it's in one pool, there it's in two pools, there it's in three pools, because you've got that wide AF range there, you know? And then as each pool earns enough fees, you can close it down. I can just keep it going because it's always going to be in range. All you're doing is extending the range without closing down the initial pool, you know? And you can do the same principle going up. Just extend it going up. You're extending the range. It's still the same area, but it's earning more as it goes up, as it gets more volatile. Just depends on the asset or assets. Now, not all the time, but a lot of the time, if you have an asset to asset pool, So we're talking, I don't know, ETH to BTC. And this is the boring coin that you bought a few years ago. The boring coins, should I say, that everyone got rid of for the shit coins because they were promised by the YouTubers that they're going to get 100x. So if we were to look at these, is a BTC ETH? We're probably better looking. Here we go as well now. Probably better looking at ETH, to be honest with you. Let's just look at a pool as well. I think there's more options for pools. Can we put both assets in? I'm sure it doesn't work. E/B. There we go. Here we go. Now, what you may find is you can find some decent rates and ranges with these. And again, you may have to play about with them to find the sweet spot. It's quite a lot on here and on different chains. But again, which pool you enter or which farm you enter may depend on what coins you have, right? You don't have to necessarily own BTC or ETH to get into a pool with one of them. So, for example, if you've got some coins on base chain, you can then just enter a pool with whatever you want on base chain. The same with Binance Smart Chain, Polygon, Arbitrum, all these that are based on all these different chains. Ethereum, any Ethereum-based chain, you can enter a pool on Uniswap. The only problem with Uniswap is, and I remember having a conversation with a guy, shout to him if he's listening. I had a conversation with a guy on email about he was setting up a pool, and I was saying to him, just be careful with Ethereum-based chains because it's usually higher gas fees. That's why we have all the layer 2s, for example, that are built on top, like your Arbitrums, your Base, your Monad, the new one that's out, because they're kind of built on ETH, so they're cheaper. So again, just depends on what coins you've got. But the point I'm trying to make is we spoke about ranges and we spoke about setting up strategies for catching so it doesn't go out of range or basing it around stacking the ranges. With BTC and ETH, and you'll need to do your homework on this, of course, some assets stick together better than others, right? I didn't want that one. Some assets stick together better than others. Oh, is it BTC ETH? So this is it. You can do it both ways around, so you got to remember that. You've just got to do a bit of research and have a look. So if you're interested in a pool, you need to see, if you want to keep a range for ages, which ones correlate for a long period of time. Because look at this BTC ETH one. But again, if you want to get into something with ETH, what you can do to see how they're correlated together is just go down the list. I think, right, what are Ethereum-based tokens here? And which of these, charts-wise, correlates with ETH quite a bit? And then I'll see if there's any pools available because they're more likely to stay in range longer. Therefore, not needing to do as much maintenance as such. Now, obviously, you can go on, you can put a wider range, but I suppose everything is about what your risk appetite is, what APRs you want to get, and of course, you know, what the sweet spot is for you. Some people are happy just getting 2% a month, you know. Some people want a hell of a lot more, and that's fine. But you've just got to see and do your research on what you're looking to put together, you know. Another thing people do as well is they actually put stable coins together. And it can be possible, but you can get some ridiculous stablecoin pairs. But in my opinion, the APRs don't last long. Let's have a look. See, so this is going to get you 2 stable coins, 62% a year on 2 stable assets. Look at the width. Now, obviously, there's going to be some fluctuation between these, but they are stable coins. So that's printing 4.8, maybe 5% a month, 2 stable coins. And I actually saw a comment from a guy comment on a DeFi video, and he was like, "Oh, there's no way that you can get that much on a stable coin pair." And it's like, it's there, mate. It's literally in front of you. I not made this up. Like, put $100 in it. If you're getting back 5% a month, you'll have $105 at the end of the month. You know? So you can test all of this out. You can literally pick 5 pools, put $100 in them, and test them after a month. You know? You can literally just start really small and build it up. But I know some people just want to, this is what we say all the time, just use your existing, if you want to get into DeFi, just use your existing assets. Because if you use your existing assets, then you're not buying anything else, and you are just using the coins that you've researched, the coins you believe in, and getting more of the assets that you want and making the crypto work for you, as opposed to just waiting for number to go up, which unfortunately we did in 2025 and it just didn't happen. So that's why a lot of people are putting the assets to work. And going back to what the guy in the group said, which is, you know, exactly how I felt when I got into it, was this here. DeFi got me excited about crypto again, because I like tinkering about. I like looking at what I can get ROI wise. And unfortunately, I'm not Michael Saylor. I'm not BlackRock. I can't control the market. Not saying they do, but I can't influence the market. You know, I have a very low subscriber count, so I can't do anything to influence the market. I'm just buy if it goes up. You know, I talk about taking profits, but again, the custom ability to go through something like VFAT, like Orca, and play around with monetizing the assets they've already got, or that I do want, is a benefit, in my opinion, because I refuse to leave crypto and do this. Because it's just, this is just awful. Absolutely awful. You know, I like Martin Lewis, but I don't think he likes crypto, to be honest with you. And if you don't know this, if you're an American and you don't know who this is a guy in the UK who's about, you know, helping you with your cash. He's got some quite good information, but I think he's very anti-crypto. And again, just for me personally, 4% ain't cutting it for savings. But anyway, that's me today. Hope you enjoyed the content. If you like it, please subscribe. I'll be back for more live streams very soon and more videos. See you guys later.